Welcome back, everyone, to our Road to 100 Battle Towers series. Hopefully, everyone is having a great day whenever you're watching. So, to start off, I said in my last video that in the Battle Tower, I want to show off everything that I do, and I thought the best way to go about that for the first couple of rounds is to compile it into a montage because not much of interest happens in the first couple of rounds. Everything can pretty much be taken care of within one or two hits, and it's usually low level, or not low level, but pretty weak Pokemon. So, probably every video in this series will start off with a montage just to get the easy battles out the way. Um, but yeah, so these past 2 weeks, I have had quite unique experiences in the tower. This is the first time that I've done the battle tower on actual original hardware instead of an emulator. And while it is kind of a slog, it is pretty interesting because you run into interesting things like stall Pokemon that take forever to take out. Like, you're guaranteed to take it out, but it just takes a while. Um, I have noticed that critical hits do tend to show up really often. It's probably because of the scope lens. But I also think it's the RNG is just harder. That I could be wrong, but it feels like that too. Um, yeah, so for this battle tower run, I decided to alter some of my movesets for my Pokemon. For Charizard, one of you did recommend I use the fourth slot for Focus Punch. I think it was Legendary Hero who recommended that, so thank you. Focus Punch has come in very handy because while I have the substitute up, I can get a free Focus Punch off the next turn. And since I have no attack investments, moves like Brick Break would have been much weaker, and it would have taken up an extra turn or a turn that I couldn't afford without substitute. So Focus Punch really has been the better alternative because it's more than, or I think double the power of Brick Break, and it just hits super hard, and it's something that I need for my no attack investment Charizard. And I think it fits my Charizard perfectly. I've used it against Blissies, Chanseys, anything that takes super effective damage from fighting type moves while I have my substitute up. So the synergy there is amazing. Another change that I did make as well was replacing Surf on my Swampert with Rock Slide. And my logic behind that was that Surf, while it is stab and it does get a torrent boost, there's not many opportunities for me to get the torrent boost anyways. And since Swampert is also ground type, I also get stabbed from Earthquake, and most things that Earthquake hits super effectively, so does Surf. So in place of Surf, I gave a Rock Slide because I can hit Flying Dragon type super effectively. Stuff like Aerodactyl, which is a big threat to my team, or most of my team. But yeah, Rock Slide, it has come in really handy, more so than Surf, because I never found myself clicking Surf in my previous runs. So these changes have been really beneficial to my team. Another thing, I have really come to appreciate the move substitute. Outside of the battle tower, or before I started this battle tower streak, I've never found myself using substitute at all. Probably because it does no damage, or I didn't need setup during regular gameplay. But I really do appreciate the move substitute now. It's really amazing because it can dodge status moves. It can save me an extra turn on Pokemon that's set up, and I can just chip away while behind a substitute. It's just a really amazing move. Um, it also protects against moves that would have been critical hits, and I've run into so many critical hits, but thankfully the majority of those have hit my substitute instead of my Charizard. Um, so yeah, substitute, it's easily my new favorite move in Pokemon, thanks to this Battle Tower streak. Um, I also have come to appreciate berries. Before the Battle Tower as well, I have never found myself using berries besides like the common Lum Berry, um, Lepa Berry, Chesto Berry, Citrus Berry. But stat boosting berries are so OP, especially when you know how to set them up properly. The Pataya Berry, right now, it's just so broken. It makes my Charizard such a monstrous threat to a lot of the Pokemon in the Battle Tower. Even if I don't hit stuff super effective, I still hit pretty hard for neutral damage. Um, so I can only imagine how much damage I would do with a plus special attack nature Charizard. Um, but yeah, I really do appreciate substitute and berries. I will try to find more ways to incorporate both into my future teams that I build for the Battle Tower. I have noticed that certain threats that I didn't expect for this team are stuff like priority moves, because usually when I set up with Charizard, I'm expecting to sweep or at least take out a big chunk of my opponent's team. But I have come to find out that stuff like extreme speed, fake out, quick attack, they just tend to ruin my setup. And now that I know those exist, I'll try to play around them, but it's something that I didn't predict or think about before making this team. But luckily, those things, priority moves, haven't hindered my streak. I also have noticed that multi-hit moves like Bullet Seed and Rock Blast, they break through substitute and they deal damage to Charizard. I did end up finding that out pretty early on in the streak to a Geodude. Thankfully, it was just a Geodude, so I could take it out easily the next turn, but it did end up killing my Charizard through a substitute. So I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm higher up in my streak. Stuff with Rock Blast and Bullet Seed really just take out my two main attackers, Charizard and Swampert, so I have to be really careful. Another thing I do want to mention is that for this run, I'm still learning a lot of the Pokemon in the tower and their setup, their movesets, their items, their stats. I've never gone far enough in the tower to encounter a lot of the stuff that's in it, so I'm just learning as I go, and I use all of the knowledge that I know to the best of my judgment. I don't look at calculations. I feel like I know enough about Pokemon to just feel out what's the right choice. Same thing with looking at specific Pokemon on spreadsheets or charts. I don't want to do that. I just want to have the most challenging experience as possible. And I do have confidence in my judgment to make the best choices. So I feel like I don't need to run calcs or look at Pokemon on a spreadsheet. So if I do make a mistake that would seem obvious to other people, it's probably the reason that I just didn't look at the information available. But then again, I just want to have fun. I don't want to maximize or go for a world record or anything, or at least not right now. But yeah, those are my experiences so far in the Battle Tower with this team. Like I said in my other video, Charizard is like the MVP. Swampert, it's pretty good too. But Venusaur, whenever I send it out, it always does what it needs to do, and it does it flawlessly. So again, my favorite Pokemon on this team is Venusaur for that reason alone. It's just so good in what it does. Even with its terrible IVs, it just performs amazingly. But Yeah, that's all the changes I did to my team, and those are my thoughts in my current streak right now. I hope I can take the streak all the way to my first gold symbol and to a streak of 100 battles or more, because that is the goal of the series for every team that I build, is to just reach at least 100 battles, and then I'll switch out to a next team. Right now I'm still building my other team, my second team for the series. Um, you'll find a video uploaded next week on the next member. I want to take my time on that one because I'm still not sure on a moveset for that Pokemon, but I have an inkling of what I want to do with it. It just depends on what I think is best with its IV spread. But again, you'll see in the next video that I upload for the team building mini series. Also, I would like to say that right now, as of Friday morning, I am at about 12,500 not soft resets, encounters for a Bagon, shiny Bagon, and still nothing. And this is pretty crazy to me because I've never gone this far without fighting a shiny in a shiny hunt. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I would appreciate shiny hunting recommendations for Bagon in Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire, all with dead batteries, because either I'm just super unlucky or I'm doing something wrong. But that's the update on shiny Bagon. Do look forward to an upload probably Sunday or Monday for my Heart and Soul Nuzlocke. But besides that, I have nothing else to update you guys on. You'll see how far I get in this streak, and I do end up getting my first silver symbol, so that's really great. I can check that off my list. I still have, I think, what is it, 5 more silver symbols to go, and then the rest of the gold symbols. But finally making progress, guys. But yeah, without anything else to say, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and week, and thank you for watching, and please enjoy the rest of my run. Thank you.